are celebrating Kwanzaa here at BNC, today marking the third day of the African-American tradition that was created back in the 1960s. This day honors the importance of working together and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and to make our brother and sisters' problems our problems and then to solve them together. Good luck with that in Washington, because a member of Congress already denouncing Kwanzaa on Twitter. Yes, it is Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She says it is a fake religion. She goes further, saying it was created by a psychopath. The panel's back. Tezlyn, I'll begin with you. This is so easy. I'm just going to set you up. She went on to chastise the college Republicans' Happy Kwanzaa tweet, which, by the way, was misspelled. And I should also point out that maybe she believes it's time to examine a white man in a red coat who travels around the world in one night giving gifts to every child. But before I go any further, does she really think anyone cares what Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks about Kwanzaa?
Well, wait until they find out that Jesus Christ was black. That'll really set Twitter ablaze.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
But this woman is a clown. I don't know any other way to say it. This woman is a clown. She insists on conducting a clown show year round. This is how she feeds her base to continue, to stay relevant, at least in the Twitter space. And there's more to come in 2022. Somebody had to continue to be a clown on Twitter once former President Trump got off Twitter. And so clearly she's taking up that new responsibility.
I'll continue the Jesus theme. Quentin, we are now in the silly season where people posed with guns for their Christmas cards, while at the same time saying that Democrats want to take Christ out of Christmas. The last time I checked, the Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, not the peacemaker missile.
You know, the interesting thing about Marjorie and some of the Republicans that are claiming Christ's name, they exhibit no fruits of the Spirit. If we really want to talk about what an actual Christian is and what Christian values are, like I am, those people are not exhibiting that. And so I think it's more demagoguery. Their God is truly America. And they have used the name of my Lord and Savior for political talking points and political propaganda. So it's definitely more par for the courts. I don't expect to not see more of it in 2022 and 2023. And I agree with Tezlyn. Marjorie Taylor Greene, we've seen this. This is her shtick. This is what she does. And so she's going to continue to do it. And unfortunately, she is in a district that is solid, ruby red and down for her. And she's most likely going to continue to get elected. So she's not going away anytime soon.
Terron, lest we start putting up recipes for raisins and potato salad, we are in the silly season where people say things just because they want to see people talk about them. And I cringe actually showing the footage of Marjorie Taylor Greene because she is doing nothing for her constituents. Other Republicans actually encouraging Kwanzaa, even the former president. We know why she does it, but why doesn't the leadership in Congress on the Republican side do anything, and I mean anything, perhaps a letter, perhaps a tweet, perhaps a tap on the shoulder, perhaps a whisper in the ear, to tell her to stop? She's embarrassing everybody.
I had this saying back when I was a young captain. I hate stupid people who outrank me. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is an example of an ignorant person who sadly makes life interesting, but also makes life even worse for the rest of us. Republican leadership's not going to stop her because she is the spirit of the base. And the Republican leadership is afraid of the base because they feel they need the base in order to maintain their power. And sadly, most of these elections, if you live in a very heavily gerrymandered district, you need the base in order to win your primaries. You're not worried about the general election, i.e. in the case of Republicans running against and beating a Democrat. You're worried about a Trump supporting base primarying you and losing. And that is the sole reason why they will continue to allow Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these other clowns to tweet and say what they want to say and go on their road shows outside their districts to speak ignorant and make ignorant statements.
Tezlyn, should someone point out that sooner or later someone has to run the government? I was on Capitol Hill on January 6th, and I remember a young man, and I'm being polite, coming up to me and screaming in my face, "We're going to take over the government. We're going to take over the government." And I said, okay, which department are you going to run? Veterans Affairs? Are you going to make sure all the Social Security checks get out? Are you going to handle infrastructure? Are you going to handle things like Russia? And he was dumbfounded because after all of this anger, after all of this stupidity, someone has to run a multi-trillion-dollar corporation known as the United States of America. When will people wake up and realize that they're not a threat to our sanity, they're a threat to our lives?
Yeah, I think they are well aware, Dale, of what it is that they're positioning themselves to do in 2022. I think it's going to get worse. You've mentioned silly season a couple of times, and I think that's just where we are. I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think that there will be any change as far as the propaganda and what motivates this base to move. It will increase in 2022 and 2024. What I will say is I totally agree with Terron when he said that they are afraid of their base. What I would like to see on the Democrat Party side or the liberal side, I'm an independent, but obviously 90% of Black people vote for the Democrat Party. I would certainly like them to be afraid of Black folks in that way, not in a way where we terrorize the government or tear it down when we don't get our way, but certainly feel the need to satisfy the base with a motivation of fear of losing that base. And so when we talk about who's going to run the government, my concern is how is that going to affect our communities? And so really, Democrats need to focus on delivering for their base in order to
Right.
retain power in 2022 or 2024, because if Republicans take back over, it is going to be a double nightmare than what it was the first time. So it will only get worse. And the only way out of that, to me, is delivering for the base of constituents that they have to make sure that they go back to the polls to fight through the voter suppression by at least relieving some of the voter depression by not fulfilling their promises.
Dear Marjorie Taylor Greene, please do not put raisins in your potato salad. It will alienate Black American. Quentin, Terron, and Tezlyn, thanks for being with us. We will be right back. You are watching DC Today.